Hello and welcome back to Quicks14Blog. Continuing on our add-on special. Welcome to part 3. We're going to look over Cartographer, QuestInfo for Cartographer, and ICEHud. I'm pretty sure most everyone's heard about Cartographer. Cartographer is a nice map add-on that modifies the map. First, as you can see, it obviously makes the map smaller, so you can actually be walking around and actually still be able to see most of your space. You can also set in the different options and stuff. It's different transparency, so you can actually keep it up as it is. Of course, Blizzard added the new function to add like a mini map of the actual map, not the normal mini map we know, but a little mini version of the map as well. So yeah. So there's a whole bunch of different kinds of options and add-ons put into Cartographer. Fog Light's a nice little add-on that'll allow you. By default, it's put all the way up to white, 100%. Fog, so you can see the entire map. Now if you're looking for that Explorer achievement, that can be a little bit of a pain, so what you can do is you can change it to any certain color that you want, or you can turn it off, and you can actually see the areas that you have not explored from the areas that you have. Look and Feel deals with some other stuff. I can't remember off the top of my head. Notes is used by a lot of the add-ons, including POIs, the bosses, things like that. But you can also add your own notes. So if you want to put a specific note somewhere on the map about something, you can use that. There is quest info in there. We'll go over that here in a bit. Zone info gives you the option to turn that on or off. And then, of course, there's the actual profile, so you can set up a profile photographer for each of your characters. Obviously, you can look at any of the maps from here. Cartographer is not perfect, just like standard Blizzard maps, because it is using still the standard Blizzard maps. And for the most part, you're not going to see exactly where you're at most of the time, and some things, but it's actually gotten a lot better at that. There is a beta version called Cartographer 3.0, which is a much more advanced map system that they're trying to work on. Everything. It's a really nice map system. If you'd like to check it out, I suggest go ahead and do so. Just be warned, there's a lot of Cartographer add-ons as well as other add-ons that usually use Cartographer that will not work with Cartographer 3.0 at this time, as it's still in pretty early development. So, but if you want to look at it, check it out. It's a really cool add-on just because of the way it does things. But Cartographer is a wonderful little add-on. It also interfaces with a lot of add-ons that we're going to go over later, including Gatherer, Gathermate, and a whole bunch more of those types that deal with actually gathering different resources and putting notes on the map for you. So we'll go over that. It also keeps track of anyone else who has Cartographer who's in your guild will be shown on your map no matter where they are, and a whole bunch more slew features. Go check it out. It's of course at all the major info sites as well, or all the major download sites for UIs as well. Next we're going to talk about QuestInfo. QuestInfo is a great add-on for Cartographer as well as QuestGuru. It does support QuestGuru and it does integrate with QuestGuru. As you can see, there's 3 little options on QuestGuru that show up. There's the Quest Beginning, Quest In, and the Quest Chain. The nice thing about it is that when you have it on and you have it enabled, you can actually see, as you can see here, there's little icons here, and if you turn those off, if we turn it all off or clear it, they disappear. What's nice about this is, for those who may be familiar with what is it, Quest Helper, I believe it's called, and things like that help you find stuff. This is kind of like that without the overbearingness and some of the bugs that this has. Basically what this is going to do is when you have it enabled, you're going to see on it different areas, coordinates on the map, as well as icons of where you should go to do this quest. Now for example, I'm going to turn this on. These are all my Grizzly Hill quests I still have to do, and as you can see, all these are Grizzly Hill quests right here that I can do. You can see the red icons are the actual quest objectives. The blue ones is quest beginning or ends, and of course you can do it singularly in QuestGuru by just clicking on that, and it'll only show for that one quest. It's really, really nice, really easy. I've been spoiled by it, so as my wife, we can't live without it, and it's very up to date. They keep this thing very up to date. This got updated for Wrath of the Lich King really quick. You can also set it to auto update with your quests, so as you get new quests or you finish quests, it'll automatically update the map and the mini map, because it does work for the mini map as well with the location. Then you have all your options in the Cartographer options for QuestInfo to show the minimap icons when you're up there. Of course, the auto update is still there. You can update only track quests if you like. So if you have it in your tracking and you're actually tracking, it'll only show those instead of all the quests that you're doing. You can also a whole bunch of other options that are really nice. It's really, really nice. It has coordinates on it. This is taken from Wowhead, Alakazam, all those different sites, and compiled into this database. And that is definitely available at all, I do believe, all the major UI sites. Finally, we're going to take a look at ICEHud. This is the main HUD I use, and it's default for Mirage UI that we talked about earlier. It has a ton of options that I just don't have time to go over here, and most of these options are usable. It does have foobar support, and it does not have foobar support. It also shows up in your minimap. I think you can kind of see it there, the far right corner by the calendar. Or of course you can go into your interface add-ons options as well to show it up. There's tons of things this thing can do, and it's really, really nice. You're going to see I'm overloaded with these different HUDs that give me status displays, and there's a good reason why, and I'm going to explain that later as I go into things. But as you can see, I have my target set up. It shows my target's health, that's the outer rings, and my target's mana, that's the outer ring. It also shows casting displays. You can see the inner ring here is my casting, the outer ring was her casting. You can see my inner mana and her outer mana, and you can see my mana go down as I cast things. Very cool at a glance, just right straight in front of you. You can of course move it. It has many alpha options that we'll go over here in a minute, and as you can see, it shows all that. Now I want you to ignore anything below my character's feet, because that is a completely different add-ons that we're going to have to go over later. I know it's a little confusing. I have a lot of add-ons here, but just the focus is on the center frame here. As you can see, we have our interface options here. Now we're going to bring up the foobar thing so I can actually show you the bar transparencies. It's really nice. You can set up the bars how big you want it. You can set up new bars, and of course the transparencies. The alpha in combat, as you can see, I have my alpha out of combat all the way down, so it's completely transparent. When I'm in combat, it comes up. When I'm out of combat, it also comes up, and when I'm not full, like not full health or not mana, and I'm not in combat, it'll also show up so I can see my display at a glance. This is really nice. This means you don't have to always look up to your upper left, upper right, wherever you got your portrait. You know, if you really like the portrait stuff, but you don't want to keep looking at it all the time, this is a good option for it. I use a lot, like I said, I use a lot of these HUDs for different status displays, and the main reason is because as a healer and as I'm leveling or as I'm doing whatever, I'm looking all over the screen. By having all these spread out and all over, I can look at everything without having to move my face that much. So it's really, really nice. There's a whole bunch of different options that I really haven't messed with. There's the configuration mode, which I believe allows you to move the actual bars where you like. There's a bog tags, which I'm not sure what that's all about. A whole bunch more stuff here. You can set the colors for all this stuff. It's an amazing mod. ICEHud is definitely one of the best, and it's one of the cleanest and one of the smoothest HUD options for showing displays of health, mana, and stuff. And then yes, it also supports pets. The pets would actually be, I believe, on the far outside. No, they'd be the far inside, I do believe. They would show their health and mana as well. So if you got pets and you want to see that too, don't worry, they're covered. They're right there. So that's all for this part. Coming up next, we got ICEHud, scrolling combat text, and scrolling combat damage text coming up for part 5. So until then, we'll see you next time.